Harry's Wife, Part 104.23, Return of the Tig. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. You'll be aware that a number of years ago, Harry's Wife ran the Tig, which was a blog which purportedly had a degree of success. It largely encompassed Harry's wife pretentiously talking about food, travel, clothing, with some interviews with people who largely most people had not heard of. It enabled her to bag some freebies, no doubt writing to individuals at corporations saying, I'm an influencer, send me some free stuff and I'll write about it. It's also patently clear that many of the places that she claimed to have visited, she had not done so. And really, as Tom Bauer had explained, she assiduously researched places on the internet, and therefore the suggestion is that rather than go to these places, what she actually then did was she simply purloined that material by way of character trait acquisition and plagiarism, and passed it off as her own. As I've explained on many occasions, narcissism operates in an economy setting. It always pursues one or more of the prime aims. And if it can get to one or more of those prime aims with a minimum expenditure of resource, time, energy, money, assets, it will do so. It will always choose the path of least resistance. So if the narcissist can gain control and fuel from somebody by promising to marry them or actually marrying them, it'll choose promising to marry them, because those are just words, and there's no real cost that comes with that. Of course, it falls under future faking. Similarly, therefore, it would, as a matter of logic, mean that Harry's wife, in order to assert control over her viewers, draw fuel from their responses, or from her readers rather, and to acquire residual benefits of facade management and money, that her narcissism would cause her to acquire the character traits of other people, thus mirror their likes in the interviews that she would conduct, and purloin the experiences of others and pass them off as her own. So finding out, for instance, just by way of an example, that she might find somebody's blog about going to Rome, and then she would lift aspects of that and make it seem like she went. Thus, this was the Tig. It's largely a lot of marshmallow beige and is very much up itself. Clearly, there are some people who are interested in those things. Fair enough. But most people would look at it and find it quite laughable because of its sheer pretension. However, if you want to be roundly entertained, you can, of course, embrace my parody of the Tig, The Stig, of which there are 12 episodes. Just find them in the playlist. But news comes this way, courtesy of dailymail.com, in an article from Jessica Warren and Richard Eden, which tells us, Harry's wife's lifestyle blog takes a step nearer rebirth. Duchess's bid to trademark name The Tig is under examination more than 12 months after application was first made, and 5 years since she made final post before announcing engagement to Harry. Harry's wife's lifestyle blog has taken a step nearer rebirth as the Duchess's bid to trademark name The Tig goes under examination more than 12 months after application was first made, and 5 years since she made final post before announcing her engagement to Prince Harry. The Duchess of Sussex used The Tig, her lifestyle blog, to reflect on the full spectrum of human experience, from hot sauces to self-love. She often praised her mother, Doria Ragland, flattery, assertion of control, a yoga therapist who was the only member of her family at her wedding, and Father Thomas Markle, now painted black, from whom she remains estranged. Disengagement of non-intimate secondary source. Her fans will be thrilled to hear The Tig is a step nearer resurrection, more than 5.5 years after Harry's wife, in a prelude to becoming a fully fledged member of the firm, posted a final entry announcing it's time to say goodbye. Harry's wife's bid to trademark the Tig name is under examination by the US Patent and Trademark Office over a year after the initial application was submitted. 6 months ago, this appeared to be imperiled when the Patent and Trademark Office rejected the application, saying the description of the website was too broad, and the paperwork was unsigned. Slapdash approach there. The revised application scrupulously delineates 5 classes in which Harry's wife is seeking the TIG trademark: travel, interior design, including environmentally conscious living, as opposed to unconscious living; food preparation, including cooking and recipes; health and wellness; and personal relationships, including, rather surprisingly, fashion and personal lifestyle. A fee of $1,750 has been paid for the application. Harry's wife launched the blog in 2014 when she was an actress in the legal drama Suits, and named the site after her favourite Tianello wine. Recalling her first sip, she wrote, "It was an aha moment at its finest." Channeling the spirit there, of course, of Alan Partridge. Aha! For me, it became a TIG moment, a moment of getting it, which is rather ironic because she doesn't get it most of the time. For instance, she doesn't get it that it's stereotype rather than archetype. She doesn't get it that she's globally unpopular. Copyright Caleb Bond. She doesn't understand the difference between visceral, a deep-seated sensation, and guttural, a growling noise in the back of your throat. She doesn't seem to understand what equity actually means. She doesn't seem to understand the difference between conscience and conscience. And there are other examples besides, but nevertheless, apparently she gets it. When Harry's wife, the article continues, closed down her lifestyle blog in April 2017 before announcing her engagement to Prince Harry later that year, she described it as a passion project that evolved into an amazing community of inspiration, support, fun, and frivolity. It was once filled with her favourite recipes, candid holiday snaps, inspirational words of wisdom, and gushing eulogies to her parents. Publicly available records in America show Los Angeles lawyer Marjorie Witter Norman filed a new application to trademark the name in July last year. Ms. Witter Norman filed the trademark application under a Delaware-based holding company called Frim Fram Incorporated, which links back to the Duchess's business manager Andrew Mayer. A similar application filed in 2019 would have expired last year. At the time, her representative said, "The lasting trademark is to prevent false branding, to avoid others purporting to be the Duchess or affiliated with her." Harry's wife used the original TIG website, parts of which can still be found online, to share her views on everything from feminism to her passion for philanthropy. An avid foodie, she also shared recipes and interviews with friends, including tennis star Serena Williams and actress Priyanka Chopra. Should she ever relaunch the blog or start a new one, it could be worth a fortune through partnerships with fashion, food and beauty brands, according to a Hollywood marketing expert. Perhaps Harry's wife could seek to apply the TIG trademark to her own range of goods, an $18 neon toilet roll set perhaps, or a $28,500 black leather chair, both of which appear on the Christmas list of fellow Monty Shit Show resident Gwyneth Paltrow. Now, of course, TIG, which might be determined as terrible, inane and grasping, is basically her attempt to mimic the likes of Gwyneth Paltrow and her Goop brand. What's interesting, of course, is that with renewing this, is this part of the ongoing master plan for her to go it alone? Fact is, the residual benefit that is money is becoming a problem, and resurrecting the TIG and basically fleecing those idiots that still think that she's worth paying attention to, i.e. the sugars, may well enable her to earn a bob or two moving forward. Of course, when she joined the royal family, this was placed on ice. It wasn't compatible with what she was doing. Mention was made of her resurrecting it some time ago, but commensurate with the laziness that she exhibits, then nothing was done with it. But it might be that circumstance is now placing her under pressure, whereby she needs to do something more with it and resurrect it in order to try and gain the residual benefit that is money. If she does resurrect it, it'll be very entertaining to see what she writes about. And if it's going to be anything of the standard of Arsey wipes, then it's just going to be more industrial beige. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.